one bundle. I feel a lot safer doing this with this jig right here. I appreciate my dad making this for me. I really don't want splits with bark, so we're gonna pound those off. What this is made hold several at the same time, so you're cutting several at the same time. There's definitely money to be had. And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. And today we're gonna make more solo bundles. So last night I got a ping, and it was for my mini solo splits. So these are for those mini tabletop stoves that were popular, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. I think they're still popular, and I think they're super cool. I own one I bought, and I've honestly never opened it up. I'd rather just have a better campfire, but I understand that not everyone can do that. But so woman has two, and was looking for firewood, and came upon my ad, saw it was a really cool idea, and she wanted to buy some. So I asked her, what size length would you like? And she's like, I don't know, what do you recommend? So like, I'll do my research on it. I mean, the stoves are not very big, but I think for these stoves, the wood has to go sit inside of the stove for it to be smokeless, right? I believe that's the case. So I think I mentioned before on my channel, my mini splits don't sell very well. So right now they've been empty. I have like these older bundles that are small. I think these bundles like 4 inches long. And I think for this lady, I'm gonna cut them to 5 inches, and then call that good. See how this goes. I have the jig and the bundle that my dad made me a while ago. You saw this on the channel before, but those of you who knew, I had this jig to be able to cut the splits of wood. They're like toothpick size with the saw. I'll think we're doing it different this time, making it a better process than what it was intended for. The thing is, this is the only wood. I believe this is all softwood. This is all fir, probably all I have. So I need to make some more toothpicks. So we have the Splitfire 1165V. We got the wheelbarrow of some dry Douglas fir that you saw in last episode when I was making the bundles for that new customer. And so we're gonna fire up the splitter, split a few sticks. Now this woman wants, I think she said 4 bundles. So, and they're all gonna be fitting in this ABS pipe jig to bundle it. So that's gonna be the size of the bundle. I believe this is the 6-inch pipe here. So this sticks me out in there, able to bundle it with the stretch wrap. So let's turn on the splitter, get all geared up, split some pieces, and make enough for 4 bundles. So that went fairly smoothly. The thing about mini splits is the wood has to be straight. Like this is kind of like wavy, crooked. You see that? As well as it can't really have knots. I mean, like knots like this, I'm okay with, but not just like gnarly stuff. So it has to be some pretty decent wood. If you're gonna use a splitter and do this to make you split, something fast like this is, I mean, it's one option. But user beware. So this machine right here will make your mini splits no problem, and fast. But make sure that you know where your fingers are at all times. With this machine, even though it's on full blast, I could have ferried down the throttle, but I don't know. I just have it on full blast. But with the knee tapper, I'm able to feather the knife down, so it kind of slows down, because you want accurate splits, right? You want to know exactly where it's at. Whereas if I use my Timber Champ, which is the kinetic splitter, you can kind of aim, but you're going so fast and it splits so fast that it's sometimes hard to figure out where it will split. So I think I have enough here of these split. If not, I'll just make more. So what I want to do is to confirm the length of the splits. With this jig, with this setup here, is this cordless skill saw fits in a track, right? And these pieces will fit in the side here, like so. And what I did last time, like an idiot, like a fool, I did one at a time. Where this is made to hold several at the same time, so you're cutting several at the same time. So there's a slide in here and it'll cut here, and then this board here stops it to confirm the length. So I'm just going to measure real quick, see if I can do this, prop you up, you can see this. Measure from where this board starts and the cut, and that's going to be at 5.5. So I'm going to move this board over a little bit, 1/2 inch. I want to make her 6-inch split. That should be good. And I'll take my drill and adjust this bar. So this jig is something that my dad just came up with. There's no trademark on it or whatever, but I'm sure if you wanted to, if you're inclined to do something similar, I'm sure you could. So that's that. Put this back in here. Get all Phillips drywall screws for the win. So then now take the tape, go from this end where the block is, and that's better at 6 inches. Let's go over here so it's parallel, rock and roll. So let's see how this goes and how many splits I can make. I really don't want splits with bark, so we're gonna pound those off. Make sure that they're all naked within reason. Put the wood in here, make sure that's tight up against this part here. So I had a few more, like I said, from last time I did this. Now this one has bark on it, and I don't want to see if I can bang it off. It's not working, so I'm not going to include this one. I'll use that for something else. Sight is in here. Yeah, this is going to make these splits a whole lot faster. And I appreciate my dad making this for me. This is nice. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 12 pieces. So I'll be able to make at least 1, maybe 2 passes. We'll see how this goes, okay? Let's try it. Remember, kids, safety first. So that's 1 pass. I probably had to stop each time. The only thing with this is you have to, it's kind of a pain to fish out because there's so many, but that should be fine. So let's see if this is going to be efficient. I may need to practice more or whatever, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comments. I know I'm not the only one who makes mini splits. I have not perfected this by any means, but if you want to get into it, this is one way to do it. I think this is a lot better than what I was doing before. I think before I was using a chop saw, which was dangerous. I think this is a little bit more safer, but definitely not perfect. But I think this is better. This is better. So that only 1 pass filled up, let's say, half of the ABS pipe jig right here. So now we're gonna slide all these pieces back to this board. You see this board, right? Slide them in like this, like that. Okay, so now they're all connected to the board. They're all in there. Just wash your hands and your fingers when you do this, okay? Do it again. I feel a lot safer doing this with this jig right here because really the pieces, in theory, the pieces can't go anywhere. They're stuck in this guide. That is nice. I appreciate that my dad made this for me. So let's try to keep filling this up real quick. With the pieces from this end, I don't want to mix them with the stuff on the remnant end. Now these other pieces that are the shorty cutoffs, I'll talk about that in a minute. So I think these are all pretty good splits for the customer. She can pick and choose what size, girth, or width that she wants to include. All right, I think that's almost full. I don't want to jam back it too full, so I can't get it out. You know. Okay, I think that's a good part there. Let's find my stretch wrap. Where did I put that thing? All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wrap the very top. And I think that is going to be okay. I forget what I did last time. Let's try the other shallower jigs next time and see if that's any better. So that's one section. Now if I turn it upside down and kind of pop it out, that's like that. Don't fall apart. Don't fall apart. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. This is a lot better than what my previous process was. All right, I think that's enough wrap. So that's one bundle. Now I can do the math and figure that out, but that's definitely less than 1 cubic foot of wood, and this is $5. I think I'm charging to this $5. Yeah, $5. I think this is worth the effort, having to take already split wood and resplitting it into another product. So go with the medium size filler this time around. So I have these pieces that were already cut, put them in, get them prepped. Now I have these remnant pieces that were the very end, right? And this is going to be at 4 inches. This is at 5.5, but that's crooked. I don't want to put that in a bundle. So other short pieces, this is what, 2 inches or so. So these all right here are too short, but in theory they can still be used for the solo stove, I think. So I have an idea. Hang on, I got these green bags from Northern Woodsman as just a sample. I think they're advertised as mini wood split bags, but I think this is a great way to utilize these remnant pieces. So I'm thinking about filling this up. I think by hand. I don't think I need some sort of like a bucket or something. I just like throw them in like this. Small pieces, fill it up. I don't think I want to sell 4 inches. I think that's too small. So I'm gonna throw these in too. This bundle, throw these in. So that's a solution for the smaller splits. I have more. Hang on, box of remnant cuts that I had from the previous time I made bundles, which was a while ago. Again, not a big seller in my area. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with it. But if you have any ideas, let me know. But I could definitely burn this wood in my own wood stove. I mean, these small pieces here, I'm not going to sell. There's a leaf on it, sorry. These small pieces, that's not sellable. But I think that these still have potential. They're just not all uniform length. So I think, I don't know, folks. I'll probably fill this bag up by the end of the episode. I know I'm rambling. But this is one way how to get into making mini split bundles. I think there's definitely money in it, a value added, if you want to say the wise words of Joe over at Ohio Woodburner. So those are all the remnant pieces that I saved for some reason last time, and that's a good bag. I'll fill this up. I want to know down in the comments, is it okay to sell non-uniform splits or cuts in the mini stoves, as well as how much would you sell this bag for? You let me know down in the comments. Let's cut some more of these so we can fill up the rest of the order. I'll put it on time lapse right now. So we got those bundles all bundled up. I made what 5, 6 total. I only needed 4 for this order, but I figured I would make more than ordered, so I could put a few at the firewood stand. I was able to more or less fill the green bag. I'm not sure how much wood this is or volume wise. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the up right here above. I'm thinking I put a tag on this saying remnant cuts, $10. I don't know. If these are 5, there's more wood in here. Is it double the wood? Maybe 7? How about 7? But you let me know in the comments if this is gonna sell, 1, or would people buy it, and 2, the price point. Now I think I was able to figure out the jig enough and still have it safe. The boards here on each side protect the wood from flying out, but I still want to wear protection nonetheless. One thing I figured out on this board is once where you put the wood in the side through here, and it stops at this point. Well, you kind of like a chainsaw. You are creating sawdust with the saw here, and it will just stay in here. So once in a while, after you have this board all cleared off, dump the sawdust out, because a few times I noticed that I didn't have this end of this piece. If you zoom in here, this end of the piece up against this board to make sure that I get my exactly 6-inch cuts. So some were a little off. So I made a bundle of for the firewood stand that are not quite at 6, but it is what it is. But they're gonna go in one of these bundles, not the bag, because they're still long enough within range. But I think these bundles here, they are uniform. They are the same length. I still haven't figured out the wrapping process with the ABS pipe. That's a work in progress. But the issue I find out now is if I just wrap the outside, not the ends, some of the pieces in the middle, like that piece there, tends to fall out. So what do? Do I wrap the entire thing and not have it breathe like that junk that you find at the gas station or the local hardware store? I'm not sure, but let me know your thoughts about the wrapping, what I can do different. But there's definitely money to be had. I'm not FDA approved like Dan over at Back 40, but I think these will sell. And now that spring and summer is just around the corner, mini splits for the win. So split fire for the win too, to make the cuts. I think this jig with the the saw is awesome. I believe this is worth $5 to the customer. I hope that she is happy with it, and then she'll tend to burn and buy from me again. I think these green bags, I think, could be a winner as well. But let me know down in the comments if you have any insights or opinions. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And remember, life's too short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll. Stay safe. Keep cutting. Cheers. The thing, the thing, the thing, the, I don't have a pencil on me. Anything? Use keys as a marker. Like this. 1/2 inch. Like this. Can you see this? How much? So these are 5 inches?